In Hindu mythology, Parvati is far more than a simple deity. She is the living embodiment of Shakti, the primordial energy that animates the entire universe. To understand Parvati, one must imagine the Himalayas, their peaks shrouded in mist, the eternal snow sparkling in the sunlight, and the silent power of the mountains. It is from this magnificent realm that she was born, daughter of King Himalayan, spirit of the mountains, and Queen Meena. From her very first appearance, she carried within her the stability, purity, and unwavering determination of the Himalayan peaks. Her origin is not merely a mythological tale. It reminds us that the divine can take form in nature, in the elements, and that spirituality is intimately connected to the earth upon which we walk. Parvati is the link between the cosmos and the material world, between the sacred and everyday life. The love story of Parvati and Shiva is one of the greatest narratives in Hindu tradition, a tale that is at once mystical, symbolic, and profoundly human. Shiva, the god who meditates in the mountains, detached from the world, had renounced all desire. He lived in absolute peace, absorbed in perfect concentration. Yet, Parvati did not hesitate to undertake an arduous quest to win his heart. It was no ordinary conquest. She chose asceticism, meditation, and the renunciation of pleasures, emulating Shiva himself. For years she meditated in the rain, under the scorching sun, in icy winds, sometimes without food, sometimes in absolute silence. Her determination, her sincere love, and her profound devotion finally awakened Shiva from his meditation. Impressed by such inner strength, he recognized in her Shakti, the power that completes his own nature. Their union is not the marriage of two deities. It is the cosmic fusion of pure consciousness, Shiva, and creative energy, Parvati, a magnificent metaphor for the balance essential to existence. Parvati is not a one-dimensional goddess. She possesses unimaginable richness through her multiple incarnations, each representing a different facet of divine feminine energy. In her gentlest forms, she appears as Gauri, a symbol of purity and light. As Annapurna, she becomes the goddess of food and abundance, the one who nourishes the entire universe. As Lalita, she embodies graceful beauty and spiritual allure. These luminous forms show Parvati in her most benevolent, protective, and maternal dimension. But Parvati is also the force that rises when chaos threatens the world. As Durga, she becomes an invincible warrior, mounted on a lion, armed with a multitude of weapons bestowed by the gods. She battles demons and restores cosmic order. In Kali, her most formidable aspect, she embodies the destruction of the ego, illusions, and darkness. Her terrifying appearance is not a symbol of evil, but a representation of the strength needed to break the chains of ignorance. All these forms are not separate deities. They are the many faces of the same fundamental energy, Shakti. Parvati is also known for her role as mother, an essential dimension of her divine personality. She is the mother of Ganesha, the elephant-headed god, master of wisdom and protector of beginnings. The story of Ganesha's birth is deeply symbolic. Parvati created him alone, from earth or dough, depending on the version, and gave him life with her energy. This act represents the creative power of the feminine, Shakti's ability to give form to life. When Shiva, failing to recognize Ganesha, impulsively beheaded him, Parvati was overcome with grief. To appease her anger, Shiva promised to bring the child back to life, giving him the head of the first living being he found, an elephant. The result was one of India's most beloved gods. Parvati is also the mother of Kartikeya, the god of war, a symbol of bravery and discipline. Through her children, Parvati embodies tenderness, protection, and spiritual guidance. To fully understand Parvati's profound nature, one must grasp her identity as Shakti. Hindu philosophy teaches that Shiva without Shakti is like a corpse, motionless and devoid of action. Shakti is the energy that animates, transforms, creates, and destroys in order to recreate. Parvati, as Shakti, is the dynamic force of the cosmos. She is the breath, the movement, the pulse of life. This is why their union is represented in the form of Ardhanarishvara, a deity with one masculine aspect, Shiva, and the other feminine, Parvati. This powerful image shows that masculine and feminine are not opposites but complementary, two inseparable forces that, together, they create universal harmony. This union also reminds us of the need to find an inner balance between our own active and receptive energies, between our consciousness and our actions. Parvati's presence is also deeply rooted in Indian art and culture. In temples, she is depicted in countless forms, sometimes gentle, sometimes terrifying, but always majestic. Ancient sculptures show her alongside Shiva, forming a harmonious divine couple. Frescoes and paintings recount her adventures, her battles, her moments of meditation, and her scenes of motherhood. Traditional Indian dances, such as Bharatanatyam and Odissi, often evoke her gestures, emotions, and power. Through these representations, she inspires devotion, respect, and wonder. Artists see her as an eternal muse, a symbol of continuous transformation. Today, Parvati continues to be a profoundly inspiring figure, even beyond India and religious practices. Her determination, asceticism, and ability to overcome obstacles demonstrate that inner strength is essential for transforming one's life. Her unconditional love for Shiva testifies to the power of devotion and perseverance. Her many forms remind us that human beings possess an infinite number of facets, that they can be tender as well as harsh, patient as well as courageous. As Shakti, Parvati teaches us that life is energy, movement, and perpetual transformation. She invites us to embrace our own changes, to find peace in our struggles, and to discover the strength hidden within us. Thus, Parvati is not merely a deity of the past. She is a living presence in modern consciousness, a source of inspiration for those seeking balance, strength, wisdom, and inner transformation. Through her, we understand that the divine is not a distant concept, but an energy that flows through every being, every breath, and every moment.